Laying leg kicks may look very basic, however, I promise you this is how I started learning when I was younger. This develops overall body tension and hip flexor strength when initiating the step out in a flick. Focus on maximum elongation, keeping your base leg on the ground and trying to remain with your hips square. Like many other exercises, make sure that you do it on both legs so you don't create a muscle imbalance. The next step is to lift your hips to the roof while trying to keep your bottom off the floor when kicking. If you find that your base leg is lifting off the floor, you may want to think about trying to dig your heel into the ground, otherwise you need to work on more flexibility. Step 3 of laying kicks is to raise our shoulders. This puts a little bit more intensity on our hip flexor and simulates more of the position you will be in when doing a flick. Arch handstand variants are a necessity when learning flicks on beam. Focus on maximum elongation, square hips, and keeping our shoulders open. When transferring this to beam, check with your coach which hand positions they prefer you to use. Arch handstand kicks teach body tension and position for the step down of the flick. Hips and shoulders must stay square. Your head wants to remain neutral, but your eyes are looking at your hands. Again, when transferring this to the beam, check with your coach what hand position they would like you to use. If any part of your body is not engaged when performing this on beam, it will be extremely difficult. When doing split handstand TikToks, use fairly high boxes. This drill is crucial to learn the correct position when initiating the transfer from hands to feet. You want to maintain open shoulders, square hips and shoulders, and as you pass through the handstand, you want to fix your back up straight. Many gymnasts, as they come through the handstand position, make the mistake of keeping their hips open, turned out, and in a big arch shape. This will make the flick much more difficult to stay straight or stick on the beam. Even though you may be able to remain on the beam, you will only be able to do one flick at a time. This will provide a huge detriment when developing acro series later on beam. In this clip, I am demonstrating the incorrect body position. Transfer to beam, but learn to stand. As you can see, I do this a little bit incorrectly as I don't maintain a straight body alignment when I stand up. Backward arch jumps uphill. Initially, you are going to keep your feet together. This develops the start of the takeoff for the flick. Have a mat that forces you to put effort to jumping high. Next is a jump back with a little pause and then a kick. A common mistake is immediately splitting your legs after takeoff. Practicing with the pause first helps develop the time and awareness of when to kick. Once that is easy, you can try and jump and kick in the air before you land on the mat. Again, you must have air time before you split your legs. This will help staying square on the beam. Flick step out on the cylinder or with a coach spotting. This takes you slowly through the skills so you develop an understanding of how the skill should feel. Again, I am incorrect when I stand up as I do not maintain a straight body alignment from my foot to my wrists. The next step is to practice with a laser beam or with just a low beam. This helps learn how to spot for the beam and place your hands. Once the proper technique for a flick step out has been taught, you can try them on the floor. Next is to practice them uphill. This is me practicing the takeoff shape looking forward so that I know where the beam is. I am not using my arms for an extra swing because I want to develop the leg power to push me high. Unlike flicks on the floor, instead of going long, on beam we want to go as high as we can. This is because we need more time to spot where our hands are landing on the beam. To simulate pushing off the beam, you can stand on a low beam and then practice uphill to boxes. From here, all of our technical things are the same. In this one, I fall off because my hips are not square. All we are doing now is practicing with mats stacked up to the same height as the beam. Once we get more confident, we can remove the mats and try it with just a beam mat, and then we can remove it and try it with just the beam. Once comfortable on the lower beams, we can then do the same progressions on the high beams. Start with the mats raised all the way to the beam. As confidence gains, you can start lowering the boxes and then just to a mat and finally just on the beam. Do not expect this to come easy, natural or quick. It will take many trials to get the hang of this. Thanks for watching and hopefully this helps.